The long drive horror. The sun was setting and darkness began to engulf the winding road that lay ahead. John was on a long drive back home after a weekend trip to the countryside. The peaceful scenery turned eerie as the tall trees on either side of the road cast long shadows, making it difficult for him to see. As he drove on, John couldn't shake the feeling that he was being followed. He brushed it off as paranoia and continued down the road. Suddenly, he heard a strange noise coming from the back of his car. It sounded like something was scratching on the trunk. John pulled over to the side of the road and got out to check. He cautiously made his way to the back of his car, heart racing. When he opened the trunk, he found nothing out of the ordinary. As he got back into the car, he noticed that the radio was no longer working. He fiddled with the buttons, but it wouldn't turn on. Feeling frustrated and scared, John decided to continue driving home in silence. As he drove, he noticed that the road seemed to be getting darker and more twisted. The trees loomed even closer, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the middle of the road, causing John to swerve and nearly crash his car. As he regained control, he saw a woman standing in the middle of the road. She was covered in blood and staring straight at him. John slammed on the brakes, but the car wouldn't stop. It was as if some invisible force was propelling him towards the woman. He tried to turn the wheel, but it wouldn't budge. The woman was getting closer and closer. Just when he thought he was going to collide with her, the car came to a sudden stop. John looked around, but the woman had vanished. He was alone on the dark, deserted road. With trembling hands, John managed to get the car started again and drove the rest of the way home in silence. He never spoke of the incident to anyone, but he would never forget the feeling of dread that followed him for weeks after that terrifying encounter on the long drive home.